Jeff, adult child, drug addict, alcoholic, sex and love addict, relationship junkie, fantasizer. I check out in any number of different ways, so many different ways I dissociate, and I don't want to be my feelings, live in reality. Um, I like to numb out and just check out. I like to dissociate. I'm a dissociator by nature. Been that way since I was a kid. Had to survive the trauma of my childhood. And today's August 20th, and just briefly give you an update on the status. I am going to get that reading on your screen. The status of the relationship. I've been pretty depressed lately, pretty down, not sleeping right, taking sleep meds to try to conk out and stuff. But I did meet her. I met the girl, and you know what happened? I met her at the restaurant. She was immediately indifferent and aloof. And she said, we talked a little, and I was like, well, I'd like to get back together. I don't want to end this. I want to be with you. She said she wants to be my friend, so she can offer me friendship at this point with some kind of indefinite period of time while she learns to trust me again. Anybody who's ever been down this road knows, look, there's pretty much two choices. You either break up and you don't talk anymore to your ex, or you be friends. But as far as getting back together with them, that's pretty rare, and there's a slim chance of it. A lot of people know that. It might happen, but what's happening in the meantime is they're dating other people, and there's a pretty high likelihood they're not going to get back together with you, especially if it's a pretty fucking toxic relationship. So I don't really want to have any false hope that we're going to get back together. So I thought about it, and I asked her some questions, and she said, you know, if sex happens while I'm trying to hang out with her as a friend, she'll let me know. All these innuendos that she was going to be going back out and fucking around and sleeping around. That's not somebody I want in my life. That's not. If she can go sleep around that soon after this fucking relationship ends, that's not somebody I want in my life. That's not wife material. That's not long term girlfriend material. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Would you have taken the deal? Be her friend, while she may be sleeping around, while you're trying to hang out and rekindle things with her, or say, cut your losses and say, see ya, and just remove her, block her, whatever, from Messenger and move on with your life, or try the best you can. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. The dude outside is fucking slamming the door. If that's what you heard, they do that shit all the time here. And really fucking annoying. I need to say something about it. But that's where I am. She also called me a vulnerable narcissist. And I think one of the reasons we had big problems is she had narcissistic relationships in her life. And they were rooted in so deeply in her, and she got traumatized and abused by these people, that in her mind, she pretty much had it set in her mind she was going to put the label of narcissist on me no matter what. She was going to stick that label on me regardless of what happened or what she had to do to get there. Even if she pushed and pushed to that level to get me to prove that I was a narcissist, she was going to do that. I'm not a narcissist. I don't think I am. I may have some narcissistic tendencies, but as far as narcissist, no. I don't think so. I hope not. I'm pretty sure I'm not. I've not been diagnosed as one. I've asked my therapist before. He said no. So I think this is just in her head, a way to get away from me. And I also found out she felt stifled. And I knew this before. She said she felt suffocated in the relationship. And I think I was trying to make a housewife out of a promiscuous person. Somebody who needs to go out and flirt around and mingle and sleep around, have threesomes or whatever that person needs, polyamory. That person needs that. And I was trying to make her into a real girlfriend, and that just wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. Some might say you're trying to make a slut into a girlfriend, or a wife, a slut into a wife. But I don't want to say mean things. I'm just trying to put the pieces together. Some people say I'm better off, not being in your life, because my life was getting ruined. And so, we'll see how I feel about that. But I wanted to just put all that out here now. because, that's the update. So she wanted to be friends. I said no, and I removed her. I cut her off. She's off my WeChat. There's no contact with her for a couple of days now. I do think about her. I do think about what she's doing. If she's already been with somebody else, I do think about I miss her. I want to be with her. I want to spend time with her again. But you know, it's just too far gone. And I've picked up vaping in the meantime. So and you know what? I like it. It's okay. I'm not really inhaling. I'm just blowing the smoke everywhere. It's just something to do. I like the taste. And I do want to get a buzz from it, but that's not really working. It kind of chokes me some. So that's what I'm trying, something new to I'm using it to check out, vaping to kind of numb. I'm trying to numb out, not feel my feelings. I've been working on the project, the novel, finishing up the artwork and just getting everything in order so I can finally print this thing, publish it. And that's called busy holism. And so that's a way to check out too and stay numb and not feel. I got a lot of things I'm doing to dissociate. If I start feeling my feelings and sit by myself, I'll cry or I'll feel so crazy I'm gonna just jump out of my skin. And so I'm dissociating. I'm distracting myself in whatever way possible: music, talking to people, sleep, busy holism, vaping, fantasy thoughts, porn, whatever, all of it. So that's all I've got right now. I'm going to bop that rating on your screen so you have it. I may not comment anymore after that. I may just stop the video. We'll see. A little different format today. Here comes the video, August 20th. Here comes the reading on your screen. Here we are. August 20th, survival traits. The safe harbor we find in ACA meetings is the starting point for transforming our survival traits. Big Red Book, page 112. The dysfunction we grew up with grabbed hold of many of us with such powerful claws that we learned to perform to suit the needs of others. We took on behaviors that helped us survive the best way we knew how. Some of our survival traits were so integrated into our psyche that we felt like two people inside: the person we learned to be and the one who is emotionally dying to break free. But even as adults, we had no clue about what to change and how to change it. We just knew that we had to find a way out if we were ever to have a chance at experiencing a normal life. ACA is that way out. It is a proven path that leads to new ways of thinking and being, but it's not easy. It's not. Transformation takes time and energy. It also takes self acceptance and self forgiveness because we will inevitably slip and slide. That's why we need to know that we don't have to be on this journey alone. And here's the affirmation. On this day, if I find myself slipping, I will take a deep breath and pick up the phone. I am no longer alone. It's copyright 2013 by Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families World Service Organization. So she called me a vulnerable narcissist. Given my childhood with all their survival traits and then a little bit of desire to get ahead in the world and do something great and become famous or whatever, how could I be anything else but a covert narcissist or a vulnerable narcissist, if that's the case? So it's like she's made an indictment. Hey, here's the case against you, XYZ. Here's the proof. Here's the paper. Read this. You do this, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. All the evidence piling up. But it's like, it's an indictment, right? Okay, you're a covert narcissist. How the fuck could I be anything else given what I went through? It's not if I am, it's not my fucking fault I'm a vulnerable narcissist. And that's what made me angry about it, is constantly trying to label me as something that has such a negative connotation in our society, in our world. But maybe it's just an ill person. Maybe it's just a sick person. If I am, maybe I'm just sick. But that's the worst case scenario. Say I am a vulnerable narcissist. Well, how could I be anything but a vulnerable narcissist, given my background, the trauma, the history? Of course. But I will go into the survival traits. Some of these are not integrated right, and I don't really know what the integration of some of them looks like. For example, integration of people pleasing would look like we accept compliments without bending over backwards and abandoning ourselves in the process. That's a good one. But what about the fear of abandonment and hanging on to relationships at all costs because you're so terrified of being alone and of the abandonment? Well, how do you integrate that? I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. That's why I was hanging on to the relationship part of it. She knew it. She saw that. I was in it because I was not well. I haven't been well. I'm not healed from the codependence. I'm not healed from the fear of abandonment. I'm not healed. I haven't integrated some of those survival traits. So I get into relationships and then I just grab a hold. Some of the girls I'm attached to if the sex is good, and I feel a deeper connection with them. And some of them I'm not. If the sex isn't so good, then maybe that's not going to be the best connection because sex is important for me. But there's other survival traits, like in this relationship, I was bending over backwards because I wanted to please her. I didn't want her to be angry because I'm scared of angry people, and she got angry a lot. And I think she played that, like played me like a fiddle. Boy, did she ever, like a fiddle. I mean, I was scared to be yelled at. She took advantage of that. You know, made sure she used that as a weapon. She weaponized it, and it was really, really wrong and really hurtful. So, and maybe in her mind, she's like, "This guy is a fucking vulnerable narcissist. I can do whatever I want to him. He's not a human being. He's fucking scum. He's a mutant. He's below. He's subhuman. So let's just take it out on him. I can be angry with him." And I'm so glad I didn't let her do the dildo on me or something. We had talked about sexual acts and things, and we talked about exploring her using a strap on or something. Thank God I didn't let her do that because she would have tried to take out her childhood pain about what happened with her sexually on me. No, no way. Anyway, I said some mean things to her, over those nights and days, and I said some mean things recently to her in the messages because I was hurt and I felt rejected and abandoned and forgotten and left out because she just wanted to be friends with me. Maybe that's part of the narcissism. I don't know, but I know it's part of being human. I guess we all have a little bit of narcissistic tendencies. But anyway, I'm dissociating a lot with fantasizing, distraction, staying busy, vaping, as I told you. Um, Fantasy, porn, uh, any kind of distraction, music, whatever it might be, sleeping. Yeah. And that's that. So I'm going to associate more today. I'm just trying to get through this time. I'm taking a sleeping pill at night to get to sleep, and I'm vaping, and that's that. That's all I have to say. That's what's going on. And until next time, hang in there. Wish me the best as well. Pray for me. I hope I get through this. We'll talk soon.